What's up, guys? I'm Mike from Mike's Reef Tank. On today's episode, we're going to talk about some corals. Originally, I wanted to make this video for top beginner corals, but I thought it was getting a little too big with SPS, LPS, and softies, so I'm going ahead and I'm going to split this into 3 videos, starting with soft corals today. The other 2 videos will come out shortly, and I'll make a playlist to include all 3 of these videos. Alright, so number 5 on our countdown is mushroom corals. So mushroom corals, main food source is lighting. They benefit from the nutrient load in your tank. They thrive in low lighting, PAR levels 50 to 150. They prefer low moderate water flow. And for placement, I would put them on some flat rocks or coral rubble. They will move on their own and find where they want to be. They are very closely related to an anemone. So they will split and move around in your tank and take over whatever they want. In this video, I've got an example of my green one I have in my tank now. Now for water parameters, they like temperatures between 72 and 78. They just like you to maintain your alkalinity levels, calcium levels between 400 to 450 parts per million, magnesium 1260 to 1350 parts per million, and nitrates, you can keep them around your normal levels that you should be keeping in your reef tank. So these guys come in different varieties. There's hairy mushrooms, there's striped mushrooms, Recordia Florida mushrooms. They have little bumps on them. Some higher priced mushrooms would be like this one I have pictured, the Bounce. They can run pretty high in cost. Easy to care for corals and a good addition to your reef aquarium. Alright, for number 4 on our list, we got the toadstool leather. These corals get most of their food source from lighting. They also benefit from feeding of phytoplankton and marine snow. They enjoy moderate to high lighting with PAR levels around 100. They like brisk, chaotic water movement, but you want to avoid direct jet flow. For placement, they prefer mid-level positions in your aquarium, which is kind of where I've got mine in this video. Cool corals. Things to look out for is they will shed, and just be mindful that it's nothing bad. Your leather's fine. It's just something they naturally do, and it's going to cause no issues for you in your aquarium. Let's get into water parameters. So leathers like it between 72 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to maintain your alkalinity levels. Calcium, you want it between 400 and 450. Magnesium, 1260 to 1350. And then their nitrate phosphates are the usual for a reef tank, 1 to 10, 0.01 to 0.5. Most of these parameters and stats will go for any kind of leather. If you want to get devil's hand or Kenya trees or finger leathers, they're all typically the same where they want to be. They propagate by splitting off and creating a whole new polyp. Toadstool leathers can come in multiple colors. You can look at mine. Mine's kind of like a bluish green, but you can also find them in a more bright green polyp, like the picture I have shown. Number 3 on our list is Xenia. These guys can be quite a nuisance if you don't have them on their own little island. People love them for their flow and their pulsing behavior. These guys can be attached to glass also, and have them take over your glass to have a nice little flow in the back of your aquarium. Their main food source is light, but benefit from nutrient load. They prefer PAR levels of 80 to 250, and water movement, they like to be in a lot of moderate flow. And their placement, they can be placed in various locations. I have mine here on a piece of rock by itself on the sand. Like I mentioned before, they also will attach to glass, so you could attach them to the back of your tank to get some kind of cool little Xenia field growing. As I mentioned, this can become a nuisance coral. They grow fast. The one I have on the pulsing Xenia I have on my rock here started as just one polyp, and now it's split into 3 within just a couple weeks. So you want to be mindful, make sure it's isolated so it doesn't take over your whole aquarium. Lastly, I've got this cool picture of a colony of Xenia, so you can see what it looks like in a larger mass. For number 2 on our countdown, I've got the green star polyps. These guys are another hardy soft coral. Their main food source is lighting, but they will benefit from phytoplankton and also marine snow. They like moderate light par of 150 to 250. Also moderate flow is recommended. These guys can be placed anywhere. The first tank I had, my 75, I had a small frag of GSP, and I put it on the very top rock I had in that aquarium closest to the light, and it slowly matted the entire rock. So this stuff is a quick grower. It can become a nuisance if you don't have it on its own little island, which I didn't, so it could eventually taken over all of my rock. Some people think it's cool to put these on like a bare bottom aquarium, just have them grow and take over the entire floor, and then it kind of looks like a field of grass. Or like the picture I have at the end of there, somebody putting it on their back wall and just letting it carpet over that. For water parameters, they like it between 72 and 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Alkalinity, they like to have stable. Calcium between 420 and 440 parts per million. Magnesium 1260 to 1350. And nitrates and phosphates, the usual that you want to keep in your reef aquarium. Alright, and for number 1 on our list of beginner soft corals, I put zoanthids. These things are awesome. Come in a ton of different colors. You can see mine. I have 3 different colorations on my frag that my son picked out. These corals' main food source is lighting and nutrients from the water column. They prefer 100 to 150 par lighting. They enjoy moderate water flow. Please avoid direct flow. These corals can be placed in multiple areas, but you have to make sure to give them room to grow. They will slowly grow out and take over areas, making awesome little gardens of zoos. I placed mine on this peninsula piece of my rock sculpture, trying to see if I can get that to grow out and cover the entire peninsula. In addition, I'm going to try to get some designer zoos like the ones in this picture, where we have the Rasta zoos, we have the blue hornet zoos, and the Fruit Loop zoos. I really like the Fruit Loop and the Rastas. I've also seen some cool pictures of, I believe they're called scrambled eggs. Those are really cool too. So definitely a very easy coral to put in your aquarium, and it's going to grow like crazy. It also, like the mushrooms, is related to anemone, but they really won't, sting many corals or cause any issues there. For water parameters, they're pretty basic. They don't really care about calcium. They don't care about magnesium or anything. You just want to keep your temperatures between 72 and 78, and they actually like more nitrate and phosphates in the water. So between 10 and 20 for your nitrates and 0.05 to 0.1 for your phosphates. Awesome corals. Alright, so any of these beginner softies will be awesome for your aquarium. Easy to grow, easy to keep, really be beneficial for beginners. These things are easy to keep. These corals do not have a stony skeleton like SBS or LPS. Instead, they have wood-like cores with fleshy rinds to protect them. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Put down in the comments any kind of beginner SPS you like or anything that I missed on this list. Like I said before, I'll do this as a series. My next video will be on LPS corals, and that will be posted hopefully soon. And that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves and have a great day.